One more video which is now being presented is about the human relations. Here we can get answers for these questions. What is the importance of human relations? How do parents sacrifice their lives for their children? How do children neglect their parents? Not all children, some children. What are the negative qualities we get through improper education? How to correct our attitude towards our parents? We will get a very beautiful answers, and by the illustration given by the author in the lesson The Journey, let us see. This lesson gives us the illustration, a very beautiful example. A small story. I think it might be a autobiographical story explaining human relations and its importance. The values, human values, whether you are highly educated or you are a very rich person, but you should not degrade your values are more important. Here parents are expected to teach discipline and provide for their children. This is very important. Parents should not neglect these things in their children since their childhood, and children at the same time, and children are expected to cooperate and respect their parents. Parents' responsibility is teaching them discipline, whereas children's responsibility is giving cooperation and respect to their parents, and that family will become a heavenly family, a peaceful family, and one of the most successful families in this world. So education shouldn't make us arrogant. We should not be proud of our education. We should not be proud of our status, our position, our job, our earnings, our riches, our buildings, our vehicles. So education shouldn't make us arrogant and proud. Education shouldn't make us unfit because of prolonged sitting with books or with cell phone, with computer or games or chit chats or chattings. And we should not lose our physical fitness and mental fitness. So that will definitely brings difficulties in your life, and also by force you may disrespect your parent. Fitness is very important to do justice to yourself and also to your parents and to others in your future. So we should be helpful to others. Besides education and position, we should be helpful to others. Then only we will become a true human beings. So good attitude should be there towards one's own life, towards one's own parent, towards the society, and towards the entire setup, even towards our jobs, our offices, our companies, our bosses. So this is very important. So next one, these things will bring us a good relations. Good relations are very important. Otherwise bad relations are thorns. They pierce you throughout your life. You cannot live a peaceful and successful life. So good relations are very important. These things are being learned in this very nice lesson, The Journey. Okay. The author or the writer of the lesson The Journey is a very intelligent person, Mr. Eshe Dorji Tongchi. He was Arunachal Pradesh civil service officer. Present day we call this designation as IAS officer, Indian Administrative Service Officer, and Assamese writer. He was writing in Assamese language. Assamese language, actually he belonged to Arunachal Pradesh, the easternmost state of our country. We know this as the land of sunrise in India. Aruna means the sun, Anchal means mountains. So this land is located in the easternmost part of the country, the northeastern state, Arunachal Pradesh, a very very beautiful land. Here this land actually there where he was born at a village called Jigaon of present day West Kameng district of Arunachal Pradesh. That black area indicates the Kameng district of Arunachal Pradesh. These are the picturesque scenery of that district, very very beautiful one. You see here this kind of beautiful semi snow laden mountains, streams, very beautiful land. So but living conditions are different there. This kind of land, very very beautiful land. If possible we all will visit that kind of so the nation, our country has such a beautiful lands, beautiful things all across. He wrote one famous book called Mauna und Mukhtar Hruday. Mauna und Mukhtar Hruday, Silent Lips and Murmuring Hearts. Very very, for this he got award. So the award which is given to best writers in India, that is Sahitya Academy Award, he got for his great writings. He was doing a white collar job. I have already told you ICS or IAS officer means white collar job. ICS and later we call this as IAS officer. A white collar worker is a person who performs professional desk managerial administrative office works. So officers, office personnel, office staff, we call that as a white collar employees or white collar jobs. At Bomdila, when he wrote this one, he was working at a Bomdila, a place, a famous place in Arunachal Pradesh. Okay. He came home from Bomdila for his marriage. He came home for getting married. Parents might have called him, so he came. He got married. He came and got married. He spent 6 months at home with his wife. A lot of attachment developed between his newlywed wife. After spending, in his words, after spending 6 months at home, the fact that I was to leave behind my newlywed wife and go to a far off place. Actually that was not a far off place, but in his view it was a far off place. Bomdila was not a far off place from his village, so he thought like that. And next see, dilly dallying happened in his mind. He was indecisive. He was not perfect with respect to going to reporting to his job. He came on a leave, on a marriage leave. Even after 6 months he was not interested to go to his job because of a newlywed beautiful wife was there with him. Initially I thought of extending my leave, even taking unpaid leave. He was not interested even in taking salary. He was 6 months he has already spent. So some persons have that kind of mentality. Anyhow, I finally decided against it. because marriage had increased my responsibilities and had got into debt. After 6 months, marriage expenditure, post-marriage expenditure, newlywed wife was there, and he has to purchase different kinds of fancy items, different kinds of necessities for his home, for his wife. So he fell in debts, responsibilities increased, so definitely he had to change his mind. Let us see, he decided to go for a job. When he came, no, there were so many villagers. They brought his luggage home, but now it was a harvesting season. Harvesting season is cutting off the crops. But now most of the villagers were busy in the field, so who will carry his luggage? That is the biggest question. In this lesson, the biggest question is, someone brought a luggage to his home, but who will carry this, or who would carry this luggage again to his to his bus stop? Actually, his village is far away from the bus stop, that is a nearby town. Up to there, who will carry? That is the question. My education had made me shun physical labor. He could not carry the luggage. After all, I was a government officer, and the idea of people seeing me carry my own luggage was not at all amusing, not at all interesting, not at all appealing, not at all attractive. So we also feel like that after becoming highly educated, or immersed in education, in our own status, our own position, our own feelings will start coming up. Otherwise, for a young man like me, it should not have been an issue to carry a 20 kilo chest on my back. Only a 20 kilo chest. A man of 70 kg carrying a 20 kilo chest is not, a chest means here a box, a trunk box, is not at all a difficult thing. You can see that trunk box which is behind him. So he developed such feelings. He highly educated one, that to he was doing one of the biggest jobs, ICS, and so definitely he might be having such feelings. Porter was not there, carrier of the luggage was not there. Though the author protested, father decided to carry his trunk. So fathers are like that, parents are like that. They sacrifice everything for their children. Even after the growing up of their children, the child was doing a job. He was younger, he was very, very warm-blooded, he was strong, he was stronger than his father. But father, he was ready to carry that luggage. A large crowd gathered at our place. The day I was to leave, people had come to wish me luck. So finally father was ready. Father was carrying the luggage, and so after 6 months, he was leaving the village. So many villagers came from all around, and they were telling him, send off. But they were not ready to carry the luggage, but because they were engaged in their agricultural activities. This is the most important part of the lesson, the journey. So hilly terrain, it was a hilly terrain, northeastern states, sub-Himalayan parts of the country, all around only mountains exist, no plain land, just like we have plain lands here around. Hilly terrain means mountainous, rough, unsmooth, having or caused by an irregular surface. So on that surface, father and son were walking. walking not for a small, a long distance. You can see Jirong hilly terrains. The village was near a famous town in Arunachal Pradesh called Jirong, a very hilly terrain. It looks like this. Another photo. You can see how the buildings are scattered all over those mountains. Having walked fast, he was tired. Father had gone earlier than the son, and now son had to catch up with. Moreover, he had to cross two hills on the way up to the spot. The spot means the place where the bus comes. He quickly sat down on a rock. His father laughed at his plight. Plight means very bad condition. The son's condition was very bad because he could not tolerate that much walking. Though he was not carrying that 20-kilo trunk box also. He was without that much luggage. Even then he felt very much tired, but not father. You know that. Because the father was habituated to hardships, hard work, a very strong body. We don't play games, we don't run, we don't walk, always sitting in front of TV, in front of a mobile phone or computers. That's why we are very soft, and those people were very strong. So this is the route, this is the place actually. Arunachal Pradesh surrounded by China on one side, Bhutan on the other side, and Assam, that is our part, our country's part on one side. So that is the location of Arunachal Pradesh. This is the bus, actually the route of the bus that had to come from Tawang, and finally its destination is Bomdilla. In between Jirong is there. From Jirong his village will be there, some village. From that village they had to come and stay at Jirong. Jirong was the bus stop. Jirong was the bus stop. So where bus would stop, and the author had to board the bus to Bomdilla. So what is the destination of the writer? Destination of the writer was Bomdilla. He was working there. So meanwhile the bus was later. The bus from Tawang had not yet reached Jirong, and so they had some time in hand. He asked the waiter in tea stall to get them 2 cups of tea. A small tea stall was there near that bus stop, so they added for 2 cups of tea. 2 cups of tea. While sipping tea, the son observed or noticed his father's bare foot. See, like this. Feet of father were developing cracks. Sometime in life, someone has to be enlightened. He understood the travails, the hardships, the difficulty, the problem, the suffering what his father had got while walking such a long distance with such a cracking legs, cracking feet. His father walked on a pebblestone road. Son got shocked after seeing the bad condition of his father. See, he insisted upon, father demanded the son, he insisted upon old hunting boots of son. Later son wore leather shoes. Father told while returning, I would like to wear your hunting boots, old hunting boots. Here father provides everything new to his sons, but he is expecting only older ones, older hunting boots. He didn't want to put any kind of problem to his son, even financial problem, physical problem. He carried the trunk box and he reduced the physical burden on his son. No, he wanted to reduce even financial burden. Such a kind of great father. Everyone's father, mother are always like this, but son wanted to purchase new leather shoes, but father insisted upon hunting boots only. So then bus came. So author boarded the bus. The bus for Bomdila came. Simultaneously, our journeys, our father and his writer and his father journeys started in two opposite directions, with me seated in the luxurious seat of a bus. You can see luxurious seat of a bus, and father walking back with weary legs, with tired legs, with painful legs on the pebble-strewn road. This is the name of the journey of two different kinds. Journey of two different kinds, one on the luxurious seat, another on the pebble-strewn road. So I think you might have understood the beautiful relationship between father and the son. Two journeys in opposite directions. Son was on luxurious seat. He was going towards his job, towards his working place, Bomdila. Father had to return to his village from Dirang. So where father is standing at Dirang, and son was going towards Bomdila and father towards his village. Son, so here the differences too. The younger son, the older father. The son is on the luxurious seat, father on the pebble-strewn road. So these two different generations, and two different situations, and two different kinds of conditions in two different directions. So I think that most of you are respecting your parents, and I expect further respect. You have to understand their difficulties, and you have to love them, you have to respect them, and you have to obey them. Okay, so let us see the places actually this is what mentioned in your book, Serpentine Road. Serpentine means a snake like. So when the son turned back and looked through the window, he saw this Serpentine Road through which they had come, and by which the father had to go back to his village. So this is Bomdila Monastery. You can see where our author worked. So this Bomdila, this is the place, this beautiful place. Okay. My dear students, you also collect a number of digital images online, and you make your own presentations, slideshows or videos, and try to make this kind of presentations and improve your talent, and write poetry about your parents, and collect the past experiences of your parents, and try to sit with them, know what are their difficulties in their jobs, in their business, or their health problems, and try to pacify them, try to reduce burden on them,